tried to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Enjoy the ride, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never hurt. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be loved. Still yours.
Women's semi-finals. We are getting into the pointy end of the standings here at the European Ultimate Club Championships finals, the pinnacle of the club season here on European soil. And it is jinX of Berlin facing up against a troubles Warsaw. Who would have thunk it, folks? A hotly contested women's division and a universe point finish for the Polish women against the Czech. Gerner on the far sideline, of course, recovering from that kneecap injury she sustained at EUC, part of the gold medal winning programme, but not appearing on the pitch. Liebert, former World Games athletes, connecting for the first goal of this game. And it's into the hands of Gerner on the front comb with a relative ease. Of course, the third World Games athlete for jinX not on the pitch. You might be able to spot just off of our camera views occasionally the big crutched Nikki Priam, who unfortunately had a meniscus injury in the earlier stages of this tournament. Myself, Hannah Pendlebury, alongside Lou Burgess. Lou, talk to me about this contested, fantastic women's division here at EUCF.
Well, it's been a phenomenal year for European Women's Ultimate. Excited to be getting to the pointy end of it. Speaking to some of the players from jinX before this game, they had a extensive scouting document full of info about East Block.
No surprises there.
No, but unfortunately East Block, heartbreak universe point loss to Troubles in their quarterfinal. There were some tears from East Block players after that game.
Well, the Czech women are very expressive indeed. They really put their heart and soul in. Of course, many of that East Block side, perhaps a little bit of their attention and focus was taken away for their bronze medal campaign at the Senior Championships, and of course plenty of youth athletes as well that got a similar result, in fact exactly the same result in the women's division at EYUC in Hanover a couple of weeks ago. So Klibiczka, that central handling position getting us underway. Nice smooth moves through. A bit of a low catch for Popek, but absolutely fine. But that one is a disc, a violation with the disc coming onto the pitch. So just an errant disc flying onto the pitch. A brief stoppage. Popek now will pop us back in action. Going for the lateral swing. Coverage. Kubiczka opens up an absolute can of whoop into the end zone, and that will be received by Monika Szakowska with ease. Watch out for that number 16. She's really ruthless in the deep space. We saw that on the previous live stream game. So a hold for Warsaw, not in trouble at this stage in either team. 2 whistle clean holds.
See what he did there, Henny. Very nice, very nice. We have a game on our hands. Both teams looking good, coming out the blocks. Of course, Troubles will be fired up after that absolute bloodbath of a game against eSport. Coming out on top of that one, give them all the confidence in the world. And jinX as well. They were heartbroken in quarters last year, looking to avenge that performance this year.
Some vengeance in a slightly different format, of course. Poland were knocked out of the championship bracket. A very tight game with the EUC. We already mentioned in our previous live stream that they have quite a lot of that mixed roster and a couple of the women's players as well alongside. But of course, German Ultimate really at the top of the proceedings here. So many teams across all 3 divisions doing damage, getting themselves into the very top parts of the European standings. Federica Wagner, who was really useful in the last live stream again against Gravity, who too like playing a little bit of zone defense. Wagner was pivotal in pushing through from the back. Not the longest standing of this Berlin side. Jasper, though, who's the intended target for this one, goes up strong, holds the position perfectly, they do. On Staybook now to Anik, who just goes for the layout flop just to secure, but that one's going to escape. Throws behind for Escala's back. And that will be a missed connection and an opportunity for our first break of the game. Troubles starting with a clearing and underneath play. Still starting to rise, but just about squeaked out, and then back straight into the hands of Savchuk. Chucks it forward. Kubiczka. One of 2 Kubiczkas, of course, on this Troubles roster. That's a beautiful put. There isn't too much separation in the backfield. Is there going to be a call on that play? No, it's turnover regardless. Great effort from Lucina Podgórska. So jinX managed to hold off conceding a break in the early stages. But the zone has challenged them all season long. We remember watching that elite invite performance where jinX really struggled to push through from the back. Wagner taking the lateral swing on, zooming it up line to the left. Thinks about a couple of options, but Holsters until Gerner delivers that K-tape matching the blue numbers on the jinX shirts. Stable to Anik. Yes. To the centre for Wagner. Now we see a melt to match coverage. It's really clean and casual, but the pass tally is very high for jinX now. Scala with the easy dish. Gerner going towards that front cone and stamps that left foot. No problems for her in taking her 2nd goal of the game. We usually see that number 17 shirt as the distributor, but maybe after coming back from this knee injury, she's found a new position, Lou.
I think she can do it all, Henny. Wonderful to see Anna Gerda playing after that injury at EUC. She was fantastic for Germany at the World Games last year. And it's great to see her out here playing some club ultimate as well.
Do you know what makes me really, really sad, Lou?
What?
We only got one tournament of watching Charlotte and Anna Gerda playing the whole stretch together.
That is a bit tragic. Those two are fantastic to watch.
It's almost unfair having two of them. Maybe the Frisbee gods decided that, you know, just needed to have something to separate them, to bring them apart. Of course, Charlotte, formerly of jinX, is residing in Italy. She's on placement. She's a nursing student, if my memory serves. So she is playing with BFD Shout, who are on the other side of this bracket in a rematch from last year's final. They're facing up against Yaka, and I believe that one is under the lights of the Veo Street. Kovichka okay, so we have a player line in red tape, which is quite close, certainly much closer than on the stadium field, Lou, than the white field lines. And I think Eva Bambua managed to get confused and actually threw that from the player line, not from the field line.
So it would be a travel, I guess, but from off the pitch.
Well, I think it's just a case of it's presumably a bricked pole, so that's what they would take instead. Moves up line. Oh, the hot chase from Oda Holmlund. What a matchup that is for the troubles of Monika Żabkowska. But that one is going to sail way too far, trying to connect the long throw of Natalia Popek.
Yeah, nice idea. Execution wasn't there. I feel like troubles have to be connecting on a few more of these deep shots if they're going to upset this jinx side.
It's been an unbroken record thus far for Jinx, but that is a really great pick-up at the back. But Susanna Madej, that one, all pinballs off of Klebichka. Oh, now it's Greta Meliger, the Italian former shout player. Maybe there was some trade action. All the way across it goes, but there's perhaps a little bit of a collision. And Hannah Schrempf unable to keep that one in her paws. That one really well redeemed by Popek. Kubichkin out into the centre. Holmlund thought about turning on the jets, but clearly realised at the last moment that the day was already there. Oh, that's a beautiful backhand. Kovic is underneath it, but not quite deep enough. And that will be Natalia Popek with another hold for troubles. But that was a tussle between these two sides.
Fantastic throw to finish off that point. Didn't look like there was a huge amount of width to work with, but it was enough. Just a straight backhand down the line. Didn't need to do anything fancy. Just get over the defender, and just as I said, they're going to need to connect on those deep shots, and they do just that. Let's take another look. Love the immediate dish back to set this up. Force isn't there to put any pressure on it. The thrower could see upfield already, didn't have to turn around. Nicely done.
Well, it's not actually Popek. I misspoke. That's Ola Demjanjuk. So her first stat on the board for this game, as you catch a little bit of a side glance at us here in the booth. But you don't want to see us, you want to see the plays. They're much more attractive than we are, which is not saying Gerner with a lead, Wagner with amazing footwork. Presence in mind, you can see the little chop step slow down. Match coverage this time for Jinx to fight against Von Steyboot now. key pieces on that German medal winning team. Scala, the Austrian. Oh, that is a big old pivot and a big old boost. Wagner again just being asked to mind the line and mind the gap. Gerner pops it up high. That one is going to be a bit too much of an ask. Rising high but falling short. Ranelagh now resides largely in London these days, but still appears on many of these Polish sides, and of course connecting with Alex Benedict, who's played for every which team in Europe, it seemed, in the women's division. But Canadian fire folds into all of these teams so very well. It's a rip from Gerner and a sky for Wagner on the back end of it. That is a bit of a trust ball, but a perfect connection. Nothing that Sonia Kaczynska can do about that.
Yeah, trust shot is right. I mean, we said earlier, we normally see Anna Gerner distributing, and that's why. It was a great throw, but did require a play to be made on the end of it. But Wagner was up to the task. Gerner had a lot of time to survey the field and weigh up that shot. High, confident grab.
Well, Wagner, of course, having gotten that North American exposure, playing for Boston's Brute squad in her career. She was one of the World Games alternates last season. Of course, most of the female matching athletes managed to stay in great shape, so weren't required to fill in for their counterparts. But Klebiczka now, of course, many of these Polish athletes getting their first taste of World Games back in 2017, but that's a ripper of a flick that's taken away by Sarah Eklund. Had a little bit too much hand time on it. The pack not quite separated enough from the deep receiver to allow the space for Susanna Madej to make the play.
Well, putting the disc up in the air anywhere near Sarah Eklund is a bold choice.
Well, it wasn't near her. She really ran with the pack down. I don't think that was her matchup.
It doesn't have to be that near her either.
Well, of course, the two Swedes coming across. Joining this Berlin side, they met the required number of trainers. Of course, Berlin are a jinX outfit. Do not easily take pickups, especially to championship levels. They'd much rather play with a small true Berlin squad. But the trades were made early season. It's nice to see them coming to off. Sarah Eklund goes towards the deep space. She's not going to be over the goal line, but a couple of meters shy. Fenikovic is there, formerly residing in Tenerife and playing for Toyota, and it's the front cone burn for jinX. Sarah Eklund dishing it off and then immediately getting the pass back to post this on the board for jinX, and that is the first break of this game, and it's a ruthlessly clean one.
What a point for Sarah Eklund, getting the block and then going deep to gain all the yards as well. And jinX were the favourites coming into this game, especially given that I don't think many people expected Troubles to get the better of an on-form East Bloc team. jinX pulling ahead, drawing first blood, first break.
Here's a fun fact for you, Lou. We'll play a guessing game. Sarah Eklund has been playing for 17 years. How old do you think she was when she started?
That's a good question. 9?
Answers on a postcard, please, folks. Been playing for 17 years. Sarah Eklund, that number 7 for jinX. What age do you think she started? Klebiczka seeking Udina. Nearly a poach off from Frederica Wagner. Manages to play the catch-up game and match up with Madej downfield. A identify clearly as one of these deep targets, but it's going to be Virginia Slibicka, two Eurostars teammates battling against each other. Gerner and Slibicka both on the 2019 roster that toured the USA and only dropped one game in the humid conditions of North Carolina. The Triangle Ultimate community really came together to host a beautiful game against Raleigh Phoenix. Back in the days before, of course, they rose and ascended through the World Club Championships. Gerner, centre of the end zone. Real green piece of this jinx effort. Pin now. Expands it forward. Gerner with the rundown and the massive launch. It's a rocket backhand from Stabu, staying underneath it and clap catching high in the air. Huge effort from the defence, but cannot quite get there.
Well, the throw from Gerner was far too good. Sturbert just had to be in the vicinity and it came right down into her hands. Fantastic upline cut from Gerner to get that power position. And followed it up with a perfectly executed backhand. Perfectly weighted, fading in towards the receiver. High enough in the air to get over the defender. Can't ask for much more than that.
Well, a narrow miss from Marcella Follick. Playing some determined defense, left, right and centre. Troubles now, looking to try and stop the flow of breaks. Jinx are cascading over the rocks right now. They started the game on offense, which is why the two breaks give them a 3-point advantage presently. As we already said, it's great for them to be here. Been a while since they've been in semi-final stages, although usually in attendance at the EUCF level. Just lovely women's side. That's a snatch and a half for Shash. Pops it high. Savjak. Oh, what a spin move grab. Oh, not just out of contention. Rosa Herkens coming in with the steal. Cleaned up on the stats board in the earlier live stream game against Gravity. She will pick up and dish out. Yeklund trying to go for the back cone. Oh, she's going to run out of room. Makes the play anyway. We love to see it.
Yeah, I think that was always a bit too far. It's difficult to overthrow Sarah Yeklund.
Especially since she always delivers the bid consistently. I wonder if maybe her post-ultimate playing career might involve working for the local Swedish Postal Service. She always delivers. But Trouble's really dynamic. Oh, nearly a risky biscuit there. Greta Melliger, of course, coming across from the Shout roster to join this Jinx side. A perfect fit for their D-line in the early season. A real counterpart distributor, allowing some of the stars. And this is, I think, the difference maker this season for Jinx, Lou. Having those extra couple of personnel who can come on and give a bit of a break to the top line that we've seen in previous years for Jinx. That's a top throw followed by another absolute peach for Georgska in the middle of a sandwich. Clicking and humming is this Troubles offense, but when it can get the momentum going, it was a beautiful pass. I think it was to Cool.
I believe so. Great offense from Troubles. They have stemmed the bleeding. They dropped 2 breaks, but now they are back on the board.
Indeed, they are still very much in this. It is a winnable, a comebackable score. 5-3. Of course, half will be points cap of 8, but these are 90-minute rounds as well. So when 45 minutes is remaining on the game clock, look out for the timed half. There has been a little bit of confusion at this championship level as to when we have time halves. just to round out your knowledge of the format, 2 timeouts per team per half, none used so far in this game.
I almost thought there was going to be one after that first break, but the Troubles line just took their time to get into the line.
So we get a restoration of the zone defense for Troubles. jinX with a hand in the air on the near sideline, just trying to tempt to goad Gurner into a blady flick biscuit. Gurner. That's a nice leader, soft backhand into the path of Wagner, just those couple of extra steps. Benedict with a huge bid. That one rips across to Jasper. Then Scala. Oh, and that's on the bounce. It bobbles off the hand, but she makes the recatch collection. Was she still in bounds? The players up line, Marszalek and Co. Marszalek nearest to this for Trouble, saying, yeah, that was good. And my goodness, that was great.
Wow. What a play from Anna Gurner. Just making the catch easier for herself by macking it with the left hand. Going with the right, which is her dominant hand, of course. 200 IQ play. Let's have another look. Yeah, she wanted it with the right hand, so she just maxed it with the left, you know. Definitely deliberate. No problem.
Of course, an intentional mac would be against the rules here, Lou.
I mean, it would be a travel, but it would still be a goal. It's not like she macked it into the end zone to herself. Incredible catch.
Well, clutching victory from the jaws of the defeat there. Anna Gurner. I mean, we've been fangirling her all season long. It's such a delight and a pleasure. It was a big, big question mark over jinX's chances here if she wasn't going to be returning to health. Didn't play that German championship, so jinX stumbled and lost that one to Heidi's. Of course, didn't quite do so well at this championship. Slibichka seeking an option upfield. Knocks that one high. Madej, hot pressure from Berman. Doesn't quite make it. Slibichka, Bambuadida. A bit of hesitation to try and connect with these undercuts. Slibichka goes up line and Berman coming in. Madej's going to call the foul. That seemed like a fair fight, Lou.
I mean, there was some contact. We'll have another look on the replay. Hard to see from that angle. The contact was directly behind the camera. Looks like contested is the resolution.
I think that's fair. Both athletes really coming in. It wasn't the nicest shot taken. Berman was definitely there, putting in lots of pressure. And Brooklyn on the force. Back in play. Bambuadida might have to chuck it and hope. No, has Slibichka just on the underneath. Really solid moving across now. Slibichka initiates, gets free at the pitch. Oh, lovely little bit of fading action on that cut away. This is really solid match defense. Madej pops to Bambuadida, threatens that inside channel, just puts one out on a piece of string. There's a pit call elsewhere with a little bit of a stumble on the field with Monika Jakowska tries to gird up line.
That's lucky for Sarah Eklund, who would otherwise be on the floor, but gets to get back up because of the pit call. Okay, looks like this is going back anyway, so.
So, give up Bambuadida, getting us back in play. seeking options. Madej trying to jink and get away from Givic. Oh, just that inside slicer to Klebicka, and she puts one out, soft and smooth as silk. A beautiful hanging pass. There's going to be a little bit of a discussion with Sarah Jekland. Talks about two Eurostars matching up against each other. Jekland, of course, had 2 campaigns of that programme.
So Troubles staying in this game. 2 breaks down, but long way to go. And with offense like that, they're looking good to take this one the full distance.
Well, it is a case of, I think, in the latter stages of this first half, though, Lou, feels to me like jinX defensively are starting to really take away the A game of Troubles. They are very much cognizant of who the big threats are, the number of times they're waiting until stall 8 or 9 to connect with the resets that they prefer. So maybe as the game develops, that's going to pressure even tighten further. So we see another look at this zone. Very close, all clustered together around the front. Of course, that means there's going to be players open elsewhere if they can scoop the disc over to them. Scala and Gerner working alongside Wagner, keeping that other match busy. Crashing through now on Stebu. Looking for the pop and the give and go. jinX players need to work a little bit more together in synchronicity to get past this zone. That one clusters though into the hands, but then the chest and then the dirt around von Stebu. It's a nice idea, but just the wrong collection. So a short field opportunity, Savchuk. See if she can chuck in a goal from this distance. Reset coming through. Klebicka. Now back through to Savchuk. And that is a visionary put into the back corner, and one of those breaks is clawed back for Troubles.
Well, what a response. They had a fantastic offensive point. Previously, they come down with that zone, which had been slowing jinX down, but I didn't feel like it was necessarily causing them too many problems. But perhaps they made some slight adjustments, and jinX just with a slightly errant pass, one small mistake in their own half, and Troubles waste no time punching in the goal. Fantastic throw to space in the end zone. Now jinX have to walk the full length of the pitch, turn around and potentially face that zone once again.
Well, it was a comeback required for Troubles in their game to get to this matchup. Of course, the expectations were for East Block to advance into semi-finals. We all thought it, but Troubles had different ideas. It's a big run of breaks in that second half for the young side from the Czech Republic, but in the late stages, we know Troubles are capable of going on runs of their own. So a lot of triples on the board. Can they do the same against this jinX side? The zone coming out once more. Hayekens popping through to Holmlund. Berman back to Holmlund. Happy to play in these compressed spaces. Dynamism. Meligan back to Givic. Swedish representation. Tenerife player. Oh, the knee catch, recatch for Fenjugovic. Slips out of her hands. It's getting a bit cooler out there, so maybe a little bit of moisture condensing on the disc. So we've seen a couple more drops than we're used to at this level. Herkens now. Soft inside, oh, massive effort from Alex Benedict. And that's going to be Jekland back to Meliger in the end zone. Just a soft, touchy pass over the goal line, and that will do enough to bring jinX within one of half. 7-5 their lead by virtue of that one extra break of score.
Well, the mistake in the previous point clearly did not faze them. They just come right out and get the job done. Punch in the goal, confident offense. jinX continuing to look fantastic in this matchup.
But realistically, so too are troubles. The zone is relatively effective at points. I think they need to not show too much of it. There's definitely an issue if you play the same look repeatedly against the same opposition. They're going to start to figure out the holes and exploit and get more confident around it, more familiarity. But there is a good amount of rotation around the lines, around the way they're playing. Keeping us all on the edges of our seats, of course. Semi-final action going on around the complex here in Wrocław. Such a wonderful place to play Ultimate. Initial fielding of the pole. It's a little bit high, but well handled by Szakowska. Again. Oh, that is a huge backhand. Is it going to be too pacey? Is there going to be a catch-up? Oh, a huge layout bid, but just narrowly misses Monika Szakowska with a huge play.
Imagine, Hannah, one of the catches of the tournament for sure, if that had come down. But instead, jinX have an opportunity to break for half.
Indeed, Monika Szakowska, of course, one of the captains from that Polish mixed side that did so well, but just missed the mark at EUC in Limerick. But that's missing the mark completely. A big old drop for strength. Outside Tereshina even, Masha. A timeout being called by the looks of it by Klebiczka. Agreement with Gerner that the stall is on 3, giving us a brief moment of pause here in this hotly contested match.
There are so many reasons to outfit your team in Force beyond just looking the part of a champion. Force offers professional design services with their dedicated graphics team. All apparel is produced in France. Force works with a local labour team and their raw materials are sourced in Europe. Force insists on transparency with no hidden fees and international express shipping. Look the part and play the part with Force Sportswear.
We are Hive Ultimate, a group of players and coaches from all over the world working together to progress the next generation of Ultimate strategy. We've helped top teams win world championships and new teams introduce the sport in a fun and inclusive way. Search for Hive Ultimate on YouTube to learn more about our cutting-edge strategies and to see analysis of world-class teams. To find out what Hive can do for your team, head over to our Patreon page where you can gain access to our exclusive drills and session plans and to join our worldwide community of coaches. Get ahead of the curve with Hive Ultimate.
Klebiczka with disc in hand, coming back in after the timeout, and a change of the force means a reset of the stall. So Grażyna Klebiczka, because we've got 2 Klebiczkas on the roster, starting us off from static. Oh, that's a punchy throw, puncturing the charge and into the hands. It's a connection. Ola Biankowska. And is that Folek with the goal? It certainly is Marcela Folek wearing the number 84 shirt. He's previously played in the number 74.
Well, if we take another look at restart, maybe we can spot Ness Anik there, number 5 for jinX, was taking the break side duty on the surrounding of that stack. She went out to cover the cut on that side, and as soon as she realized it wasn't going to get thrown to, she tried to get back into the middle, but the disc just squeaked past her. And because she was the only one on the break side, there was no one else to cover that final shot to the end zone. But nice try from jinX to try and shut troubles down out of that timeout, but they were wise to it. They played through it.
Givic, this to take half, and we will deliver you the secret fact of what age Sarah Yeklin started playing Ultimate at, with her 17-year-strong career, playing in the seniors division. In a few minutes, at the conclusion of this point, but Melga requesting some undercuts. There's a little bit of trotting action, but it opens up the space to Herkens. Herkens, one of 2 Berliner siblings at this tournament. Givic now. Casual scuba. Just a workmanlike throw. A little bit of attention required there with the chase down for Herkens. With pull on the back shoulder. The transition to match coverage now as Givic goes one-handed. Oh, and casually swazzes it to the front cone for Melga. And that will be the hold for jinX, taking half. 8-6 here in the early stages of this semi-final women's division at EUCF.
Yeah, jinX getting the job done. We've been trading for the past few points. And jinX just maintaining the lead. Confident offense again, no turnovers. It's been clean holds for the last 2 points.
Well, I did say I'd give you the fact Sarah Yeklin started playing at the age of 12. So you're very close.
I think she started at 9 and took a few years break.
Well, it is lovely to see this hotly contested women's division match. Troubles coming out of nowhere, bursting their way into semi-finals. Can they make it to the big show tomorrow? We'll find out in the second half.
We are a group of ultimate players, coaches and video enthusiasts. We've worked with the major federations and the greatest events.
We're on a mission to make Ultimate huge. We want our videos and live streams to be free to watch.
We want to make stories that not only reach you,
but also reach people outside the Ultimate community.
Like and subscribe, ULTI.TV, the best in the world.
Become a member and
fund
fund
our work to cover more events in the future and to bring more stories and live coverage to the eyes of the Ultimate world and beyond.
Semi-finals here at the European Ultimate Championship Finals 2023. jinX currently leading 8-6 over Troubles Warsaw. Lou, what really sticks out for you so far in this game?
Well, for me, the jinX offense has been more clinical than the Troubles offense, and that's really what's allowed them to get this lead. They're one break up and coming out on defense to start the second half.
They choose match coverage once again. The Bordida swinging all the way across to Madej. Dorks, that's going to be bottled up, but it's recovery underneath for Grażyna Klebiczka, besting her opponent, but unfortunately, after having to run that one down, runs out of gas. Just charging on fumes up the sideline. Anna Gerner booking her ticket. The reservation is there, but is she going to make the gate to finals this season with jinX? Here's a reference. One of our favourite calls. Anna Airways all aboard. But it's Von Stable racing up. That one is going to be a tasty piece for Frederica Wagner, but that's a little bit too far and too high to allow the play. The number 28 shirt.
Yeah, the back of the end zone getting the better of that one. Would have been a nice idea, maybe 10 meters further back down the pitch.
Kubiczka will bring it to the front cone. A Warsaw native, has been representing the Troubles for a really long time. Spirit captain of that mixed team in Limerick earlier on this year. Back on the way now. Lashes it into the deep space. There's no layout bid. You could have seen a moment where Susanna Madej might have made a play.
Disc did have the wrong edge on it though. It was always fading away.
Yeah, but if you go with the two hands, the scoop underneath it, maybe, just maybe.
Heroic.
That's how you get yourself into a final, son. Form lock, low, flat, lethal to Scala. That's shapely, that's beautiful. Oh yes, it's good. And Sarah Yeklin collects the break out of the blocks into the second half.
Yeah, strong start to the second half for jinX. They had that slight overthrow earlier in the point, but they get the disc right back and punch it in on the second time of asking, stamping their authority on this match. It's another look at that phenomenal bid.
Game in front of us in the women's semi-finals here. Of course, this just one side of this tussle in the brackets. This women's division, one of the most exciting this year, although it's a real hard ask, of course. We've got wonderful European sides across, Jaka and Shout fighting it out on the other side, to see who will go into the final tomorrow. We're not bringing you bronze coverage this season, just back-to-back finals action in the stadium.
Yeah, it's all right, Hannah. As every non-native English speaker will tell you, English prepositions are hard. They could be fighting it in. They could be fighting it under, who knows?
They could fighting it above. I don't know,
There's
jetpack frisbee.
All kinds of options.
Can you imagine? We talked about zero-G frisbee, but jetpack frisbee.
Jetpack frisbee.
That's a sport we want to see.
Jetpacks are cheating under the current rule set.
That's true. So currently, so not streaming that one live, but it might be on a video stream, so close your ears if you don't want to know. 8 to Shout, 6 to Jaka. They've just taken half on that Bilch too. Inside shot to Klebiczka, then across to Madej. Adina lurking at the backspace, but Szykovska. Madej initiating, lovely inside shot. Klebiczka now distributing to the end zone, and his little elbow spike just to celebrate the goal. A solid hold. Looks like Bobora with the tank top, despite what has become quite a chilly evening here, Luke.
The temperature has dropped, just a couple degrees, but it's enough.
And so's the wind.
Yeah, I was going to point out earlier that you could see the flags in the background fluttering ever so slightly. There's essentially no wind at this point. It's way, way calmer than it was at the start of today, or even throughout the middle of today. There's been pretty consistent wind, but it's gone now and has been replaced with some cold, which these athletes might be quite thankful for, actually, after playing in the sweltering conditions yesterday. The Troubles staying in this game. They really needed that hold, and they held with confidence. Get their D-line back out there, try and make something happen. They have gotten one break so far this game. They can do it again.
Indeed, they've proven to themselves and to all of us. And jinX certainly are yet to run away with a massive lead. So it's still very much all to play for here on live stream field 1, under the bright lights, to start to see the sun fully setting behind us. A re-emergence of the zone. No, just some sagging in the line, thanks. I take it back. It is indeed match coverage. Just switching and sagging. It causes some issues. Vashelek trying to get involved. Perkins just making sure Yeklin's okay. Double cutting, confusion. Sagging match coverage. Yeklin opens up a throttling backhand towards the back corner, but it's going to be taken away. Corner, it's Magdalena Mela that's going to get the block and turn the disc in favour for her team. Thanks since she was 15 years old as Magdalena Mela. A troubled athlete through and through.
It's a ripper of a backhand from Eklund, but yeah, the separation wasn't quite there, and neither was the width. The thing about being a defender is that you don't really need to care about the sideline, you can just run the disc down. The receiver has to slow up and toe it in.
The Eklund's stat line has been relatively well balanced coming into this game. She had 8 assists and 5 goals. We see Marszalek streak up line, of course playing for the Polish women's team this season, as well as junior mixed masters. So she'll have yet more action to play later on this year. It's a little bit of near-friendly fire. And Suda is going to actually have to come off the pitch by the looks of it. A little bit of collateral colliding with Magdalena Mela. She'll be replaced by Grażyna Kłębiczka, who's barely come off the field in the second half. But so many of these national team athletes, just referring back to our EUC rosters from Limerick. That's Kaczynska, sorry. Low throw, Benedict unable to connect with it under the pressure from Homlong, but a foul call on the throw. Have a discussion between Kaczynska and Saba Yekland. What do you think, Lou, looking at that replay?
It's not super obvious from that angle. There could well have been something there though, and Yekland didn't seem particularly upset with the call. Accepted it immediately pretty much. So, good spirit.
Marszalek grinding the reset out of the back space. Another low throw for Alex Benedict. This time it's a clean one. And off Oda Homlong goes, trying to tempt Fendigovic into an early shot. Double coverage for a single cutter by the looks of it. Perkins forced to go backwards. A bit of a stumble for Govic, but all smiles. Perkins, beautiful one to the front post. Govic, oh, that's a curvature on the disc that is difficult to stop. And Sara Yekland in the perfect pocket to receive it, and that is just, when I say just the hold, because that was a tussle between these two sides for sure.
Yeah, not clean for jinX, but they get the job done. I mean, they have managed to overthrow Sara Yekland so far this game, but chucking it to her in the end zone is not the lowest percentage of strategies. She's quite accustomed to being in the end zone with the disc flying towards her.
Well, the energy and enthusiasm on the sideline is still high. Let's make some trouble. Reminds me of a 90s pop hit. Uh-oh, we're in trouble. Someone's come along and it's burst our bubble. Well, get your thumbtacks, your pins, anything you can out, some nails maybe to try and deflate the tyre of this charging ship. Ships don't have tyres. Kłębiczka throwing a beautiful pass deep into the pitch. Żakowska with the collection. And an easy dish across. That Madej, it is indeed the number 64, Susanna Madej, collecting the goal. The 19-year-old youngster presented Poland Mixed, the Youth European Ultimate Championships 2023. Again, really close, really good games for the junior division of the mixed side. It's just not been Poland's year in the Championships of Nations, Lou.
No. But it's fantastic to see Polish Ultimate on the rise ever since they got that bid to host the World Games back in 2017 and sent a as try-hard as you can get squad to that event over a year's build-up, which was obviously a fantastic experience for the players on that squad, but also really lifted the Polish ultimate community as a whole.
So, since we didn't expect troubles to come into this semi-final stage, I'm going to have to throw myself under the bus and say, well, all of us, to be fair, Lou, we're idiots. I'm currently cross-referencing between EYUC and EUC, the athletes on this troubles roster. It is almost wall-to-wall. And we'll try in between the breaks and these points to figure it out exactly how many of them have not represented Poland at the national level this year. They are coming out with so much talent. Of course, Jinx with plenty of the gold medal athletes from EUC, as well as a couple of bronze medalists from the under-24s level. One of them now there, Rosa Herkins. I might just be thinking of the other Herkins sibling. Klumpelt. Down to Ranelagh, requires a little bit of extra hip extension, but all fine for the Italian. Has more air on it, but still requires a solid rundown. Trying to go for the dominator, and there is collision in the centre pitch. Gemma's trying to run the dominator set, and Kovic getting a lot of a touch from her matchup and calling the injury.
Looked like she twisted her ankle, perhaps. At least she can walk off.
Well, of course, Jinx already have lost one of their big players on the roster. Being relegated to the sidelines. It feels a little bit, Lou, like it's been an unlucky season for German Women's Ultimate. Maybe they've got a discount at the crutches store. Ranelagh now, though, on the far sideline. Gerner having no problems with that kneecap. Just running around with ease like a galloping affair on the plains. Ranelagh now. There's Gerner streaking underneath. Taking on that matchup is Julia Kuhl. Ranelagh holsters. It's a spin around and then the flash up line. The movement of Anna Gerner is just, it's like cream being spooned out onto a beautiful cake, and there's a spoon of a throw as well. A dolloping scuba to the far side of the end zones into the palms of Sada Jeklund. So perhaps a little bit of a power lining there. 11-8 with 35 minutes left for this game to continue to dazzle us, Lou.
Just chuck it to Jeklund in the end zone. High percentage strat. Anna Gerner did that circle cut a few times at this point, was successful every time, getting the disc up the line, and oh look, Jeklund's in the end zone. I'm just going to throw it to her. No problem. Jinx maintain that lead.
Another stat in this game for Sarah Jeklund and for Anna Gerner. Gerner involved in over half, 6 of the 11 points being scored by Jinx so far in this women's semi-final. Every team she's faced this year has had to try and find an answer to the question, how do you solve a problem like Anna Gerner? Answers on a postcard, please, or in our live chat. Anything, any reference to injuring her knee.
I was about to say.
Folek working alongside Duda. Libichka. Just feeling out the edges here. Again, as Folek not there with the attention to gain a couple more this time. She does. Of Jinx defenders surrounding. They make it just shy of half pitch to go. Last tally rising. Czakowska now coming in. Folek racing away, trying to challenge. Jessica Wagner. Day. Some sideline energy coming for this Polish side. More negative yards there for Gliwiczka. The lights fade. The bulbs flood the pitch with fluorescence. Blades to Madej. There is so little wind, they could probably afford to space out a little bit more and throw over the top of the zone. One of your ways of breaking down the zone defense, one is to use your legs to push through from the back. One is to make the disc do the hard work by throwing breaks through the cup and then gel breaking through. Or to throw over it, in those deep spaces, all those wing spots. We know the Troubles have the ability with the throws to do it. That one. There we go, we're going over the top. The gel break is there, the players running between them. Czakowska working with Folek. Hopster, Budadida, and there we go, folks. In the bank it goes. Natalia Popek of the women's team at EUC. Just one of the Polish national athletes on this Troubles side from Warsaw. Making a short journey here to Wrocław, but they're starting to run out of points here to deny jinX the berth into finals tomorrow.
That was some very impressive zone offense though. Just stayed patient around the back, waited for a gap to open up, and as soon as it did, they punched the disc through it, stayed ahead of the defense. As you can see there, merit trap from jinX. They weren't able to get the force on. It's just one example of Troubles staying ahead of the jinX defense. But as you say, we're running out of points for Troubles to make this comeback. We are 2 breaks down. But would need 3 in order to take the win.
They can do it though. They certainly showed us they were capable of putting in 3 on the bounce against East Block, of course, a team who perhaps, despite our predictions, were resting on their laurels after their stamp of the ticket early doors into this championship finals event, of course. Had a wonderful time at the spring invite. So you see Ranelagh fielding the ball to Rosa Herkins. Now Berman. Line to Ranelagh. Surely a piece of that was taken away by the defensive hounds of Podgorska. Shasht, the women's team. Slicing away. Bukura, Katarzyna puts it into the end zone, and it's going to be a goal, a layout, score, and a break for Troubles. That is nearly enough to put us back on serve here. They're going to have to get 1 extra to take it all the way to finals here, but Troubles are doing some damage in the late stages of this matchup.
Wow, what a way to punish the mistake from jinX. And as the game gets towards the closing stages, the pressure's going to build. I say mistakes from jinX, but it was an excellent hand block. And a timeout has been called, which I believe it was called by Troubles, which is an interesting choice. But we're going to take a quick break here. We'll see you on the other side of this timeout.
Wait. Isn't this for the other apparel? We've got like new stuff, right? Bring it, bring it in.
Feast your eyes on the new fan version of our iconic ULTI.TV sweatshirts. Great fan gear available for you. Check out our new range of colors and insist on staying warm and looking fresh. Shipping is available after EUCF. Get your fan gear and be one of us.
additional break. They started with the advantage, won the toss, and started the game on offense, did the Bologna outfit, but Troubles are stirring the pot and starting to make a comeback here in the late stages. The POL from Monika Szafkowska. I've been doing my research, folks, in the breaks there, for bringing you the results of how many of these Polish side are not national athletes this season. They've been putting in the work, and my goodness, it shows here. Trying to best Gurner, but Wagner connecting with Horblom. Dishing out. Beautiful reception off the paws of Lena von Stebelt. Oh, and that's a beautiful pass, but it's going to be taken away by the junior mixed captain, Susanna Maté, coming through to make the block on Wagner, and look at the height difference there.
I was about to say it was a visionary put, but the defense had just as good vision. Madej was up to the task of bringing down the errant throw from jinX.
Started playing because her best friend got her into the sport, but that one bests. 60 shirt. This time Gurner distributes into the wide open break space, and that will be calmly collected and held by Jeklund. Two talismans, one Swedish, one German, coming together. Susanna Gurner also came up through the junior program. In fact, her teammate in this jinX side, Lou, Ola Horblom, they realised when they started playing together that they played for their junior games against each other back at the under-17s level in 2010. And all the way back in the annals of time.
Let's take another look at this turnover, just slightly too far out in front. It pops out of the hand. I love that Gurner just immediately picks this up, realizes that she has teammates to throw to. They don't need to mess about setting up some slow end zone set when they've got targets in the end zone to throw to, like Sarah Jeklund. Once again, just throwing the disc to her when she's in the end zone seems to be pretty good strat. That one was a bit easier than some of her previous catches.
Yeah, she was in acres of space on her own there, but hats off to Veronika Savchuk. She really did throw herself around at that one. She is a fearless athlete, though. She likes doing via ferratas. If you don't know what that is, if you have vertigo, don't Google it. Because it is a hairy, scary experience. But right now, Trouble's looking to cling on for dear life, bring themselves back within one of the scoreline of their opponents. Of course, jinX, those early breaks. What a tussle this is. Folek around from Boyadida. Now Klibichka. Oh, I love the casual swazzle that she releases those flicks. Now Szafkowska. Through to Klibichka. Giving and glowing, this offense is flowing. Klibichka now back underneath, matching up again with Gurner, who closes that break side channel with the body. This time it's a lateral move. Gaining almost every pass until this moment. Now it's going to have to be a clear and recover. Szafkowska heads up line, but a pick will bring us back. The elongated discussion for a pit call. I think everyone taking the extra couple of moments to catch their breath. The hot work being played here. So, Klibichka launches a rocket of a forehand into the soft side of the field. It's Wagner going up, but it is Troubles coming down with it. There might be a little bit of a discussion there. Demianiuk did look to have pretty good position. Let's get another watch back.
There wasn't a huge amount of space in the break side to throw this into. Hotly contested. But Troubles come down with it and the score will stand.
Yeah, into the party, didn't have the best position. What a defensive effort regardless, but all up, Dominion coming up with the goods in the end zone. And having, of course, a pretty good time of it during the course of this championship. She's a tall athlete, gets used to great effect. But it really, as we already mentioned, has been a difficult season. It's the pre-semi-final stages for the juniors that they got knocked out in back in Canada a couple of weeks ago. Really doing damage on the mixed scene. As we already mentioned, in Limerick, the Irish mixed team did so well. They did get pushed out, sorry, by the Hungarians. Never really fun function. So, once more onto the breach go jinX, the Berliners. Picked by the pundits to get all the way into the tippy top of the championship bracket, being really pushed here against this troubles but Polish side. Hornlock finding Kivic, now Herkins. Started to rise, and it's a big old foul. You can hear it from within our booth. It's big hand contact. If it had been a little bit further to out, it had been a solid block.
Yeah, if the disc is still in the hand when the contact occurs, that is a foul. Disc is considered part of the body.
Fantastic play regardless. Got Herkins' number for sure, slightly dialed in throw. Druska, one of those senior mixed athletes.
Let's have another look here exactly where the contact occurs.
It's really difficult to see.
It is.
And of course the issue is it can look one way to us, but it's how it felt to Rosa Herkins is the only question that really needs answering. And
Contested.
she will have that discussion.
Contested is the resolution.
So Rosa Herkins, the number 55, will retain possession. This is really great defense being played by Troubles. They're in everything and the kitchen sink at this game to try and get themselves into the finals tomorrow. Kivic with the pop. Giving and going. Now Pelt on the far sideline. On the low pivot into Melliger. Grinding towards that front coat, just sneaking it through, and the layout lefty grab, but it's going to be signalled out of bounds by Alex Benedict immediately. She did have a fantastic angle to see that one, us less so from the pole cam, but let's watch it back anyway.
They're great attacking the sideline, keeping the disc moving. And the lead pass just around Benedict.
Well, that's the moment of the catch. Oh, that first left foot. If that first left foot is in bounds, then that's good. Well, the change in the media use rules, the coach, I think, one of the coaches of this Trouble side, inputting some information from the sideline, and that is going to stand as a goal there for that back foot toe drag swag for the Hornlock, putting her body on the line and reeling in a point in the late stages. So 13-11, jinX leading over Troubles. An excellent spirit there from the coach.
Yeah, and it's good to see the resolution was come to from the players on the pitch. I think the angle that we had from both our cameras was a little bit indecisive, a little bit tricky to see. Have another look from the low angle.
Well, it's that initial left foot, because the catch is secured fairly early on, but it's that first Frisbee move. Yeah, that, I think that's good, but it's really difficult to call.
Yeah, there's a chance that the right foot was on the line, and then she caught it and then put her left foot down in bounds. But either way, we can speculate all we want. It was called a goal.
Yeah, and it was really, really, really cool. So it's going to stand anyway. Sometimes you wish there was a rule that we could overrule things. Yeah, it was out of bounds, but it was so super cool. And Order Holmlong immediately back on the pitch. Once again, Sarah Jeklen now trying to run away into space, causing some switching mischief. Wagner opens up towards the front cone. Holmlong now. This for the break of score. Putting themselves with their first match point of the game. Wagner now across the way. Gerner trying to bounce. Oh, just stands still, statuesque in the centre of the end zone and receives the 14th point for Jinx. They are now 1 away from a berth into finals tomorrow, Lou.
Wow. Jinx just stamping their authority on this game. How different it could have been if that previous catch on that far sideline was called out and then Troubles had gone on to score. But as it stands, 14-11, game to 15. And this for a place in the final against whichever team comes out on top. In the other semi-final, Shout and Yaka, repeat of last year's final.
Do you have a score update from that game?
We do indeed. Shout are up 10-7 over Yaka. Shout were the favourites going into that one.
Well, a slight surprise though, because they did struggle a little bit in their quarter-final matchup against Moon Cup of Belgium, who of course had those amazing pickups, both Borno sisters amongst a few others from the pack. So Anna Gerner getting this first match point underway for Jinx. Klibicka though holding on to the disc securely before popping over to her fellow mixed teammate. Oh, that's such a beautiful throw into the space, perfectly weighted, but is it going to reach it? No, just a little bit too much to be asked for the legs of Katarzyna Porpora. But what a rundown that was, half a second later, and that would have been right on the money, Lou.
The play looked so good, really well done to hit that underneath pass, dish it straight back to a handler in a power position. Really nicely timed deep cut, good spacing, good separation, but the throw was just a little bit too far.
Well, that's the first chance to take the game away. It's Wagner swagging away through to the front line. Big shout out from Edwin Piankowski. But it's going to be into the hands of Klibicka. And into the end zone straight away. Folek with the goal. They hold on and keep the game alive. At least one more point. So 14-12. A very testy game here. Now time left on the clock, and I think there is still a whiff of a hope here for Troubles, Lou.
I think so. I mean, that play was just a little bit too obvious. Anna Gerner isolated in space. The throw was not good enough to get around Klibicka. So she gobbles it up, pops it into the end zone, and 14-12 is a dangerous scoreline.
It really
Jinx
is.
have 3 opportunities to win on offense. If they give up the first, especially if they give up the first in a quite scrappy point where, I mean, you've got to put your number 1 O-line out here and try and just win it as soon as possible. But if it becomes a scrappy point and that line gets gassed, then things get dicey.
Well, we've certainly got a talented 7 coming out for Troubles. And that is the number 9 getting ready for the pole. Plenty of noise now rising from the sidelines. As Gerner, just in hand, finds Holmlong in the underneath space. She rips it open over the top of the pack. That's going to require the rundown and clutch grab for Liebert. And into the end zone, it's Sophia Eklund with the goal that wins the game and sends Jinx into finals tomorrow. Well, that was a whistle-clean hold. Order Holmlong really opening up the field. I did not expect that one into the break side for Liebert. What a play. Now that was top caliber Jinx offense.
Phenomenal stuff. I think troubles were switched on to the Sarah Eklund threat going deep, but the disc was not to Eklund. And Eklund could just run down the pitch and catch the glory in the end zone.
Boom.
Phenomenal throw. Fades left. And there's the high release backhand over the top into the end zone. Once again, just throw the disc to Sarah Eklund in the end zone. That's going to be tough to stop in the final tomorrow.
It really is. Well, it has been an absolute pleasure to watch this semi-final. As the sun faded, the temperature started to heat up. Certainly, jinX's D-line have some things to think about when they're trying to convert the breaks. It looks like, from the current scoreline, they will be facing up against BFD Shout. So a new finalist this season. It's the Germans, cruising through with the momentum from taking the European Championship finals. Gold medal back in Limerick a couple of weeks ago, but hats off to Troubles. They surprised all of us a little bit, getting themselves into the top 4 here on sort of home turf. It's not quite Warsaw, but it's not too far away from Wrocław. And certainly some standout players for sure. Polish Ultimate really going from strength to strength and really rising to the challenge in this particular season. Well, Lou, final thoughts for this match?
I think it was a really impressive showing from Troubles. When their offense was clicking, it looked absolutely phenomenal, but jinX were the better side. And I, for one, cannot wait to see how they perform against whichever finalist we get on the other side of the bracket tomorrow. It's going to be a phenomenal match. I think jinX are a worthy side to be in the final. They've really put in the work at the tail end of this season, and it shows.
Indeed, and it really is a big difference maker to have Anna Gerner back on the field for jinX. She's going to saunter her way into our booth here. Don't go anywhere, folks. We love a little bit of sideline interview action. And she can have a couple of sweet potato fries, because the food vendors here in Wrocław are fantastic. Lou says, you touch my food, I will have problems. So Anna Gerner just about to take a seat here in our booth.
Hi, Anna.
Hello, Anna. It's an absolute pleasure to have you, not just on the sidelines at EUCF, but actually out on the field, racking up the stats board as always, 8 goals and 8 assists. How does it feel to come back after that injury in Limerick, to be able to play here in Poland?
Amazing. It feels amazing. I'm so happy that it worked out. I feel like after UC the season wasn't finished for me, and yeah, being here and being able to play is amazing.
Indeed. Well, it was an amazing performance from the Polish, but it seems like you kind of had the edge on defense. Certainly with your match defense, those matchups in particular, who were the big threats that you were kind of concerned about?
I mean, as you can tell, they played with everyone, so these are the hardest teams to defend. We know Grażyna very well from Jogo Bonito, so we know she's like a really good handler. And yeah, number 16 had also an amazing tournament so far, so we kept an eye on her as well.
Yes, indeed. Well, you had some pretty talented athletes against her. In terms of your kind of cohesion with the Swedes, we saw you in the elite invite, maybe not making the most of your opportunities. I mean, Melega came straight into the fold, but how have you really trained together? What's been the kind of key ingredient of bringing those non-Berliners, dare we say it, into the fold this season?
To be honest, most of our training is 4 versus 4. Most of the time we're not that many players, so we play a lot of mini. And as you can tell, probably our handler movement, that's like our type of style. Last weekend we had a training camp all together, which was amazing. The Swedes flew over to Berlin, and Sophie also came to Berlin, had a great time together, did some team building, and of course a lot of practice.
Well, we know you have a lot of fans, Anna, so do you have any messages for those watching our live streams, those who like to fly on Anna Airways?
I think this obviously goes out to my family, my mom and my dad and my sister. Yeah, for their support and always being there.
Well, it's easy to watch you play Ultimate, Anna. You really do delight us. Congratulations. We'll let you go and celebrate. Get lots of rest this evening, lots of restorative pierogies. Enjoy the local cuisine here, and we will see you in finals in the big stadium tomorrow.
Yeah, exciting.
Congratulations. Well, lovely to have Anna Gerner in our booth, as always. Such a delightful human and such a fantastic athlete. Watching back the replays of this game, we can talk over them a little bit, but of course, what a difference the final game slot is, Lou. Going from sunset, fading golden sunlight to the floodlights for the closer, and that one really did clinch all the way to the wire. It really felt like Troubles at any moment could spoil this one and cause another upset to see themselves into the final tomorrow against likely Shout, but that one still not quite had the cap applied.
Yeah, close game. Troubles definitely had chances, but phenomenal work from jinX. They're going to be tough to take down tomorrow. And yeah, as you say, Shout ahead over Yaka. I believe that game is available to watch on the video stream.
And we see the chanting jinX heading off, saying fired up for finals. Well, we are fired up, folks. That will close us up here. The action on field 1 for the entire tournament. Tomorrow we focus our eyes solely on the pinnacle of the European Ultimate Championships final season. We will have jinX Berlin facing up against the winner of the women's semi-final. The open semi-final still ongoing, and it's going to be GRUT versus Deep Space in the mixed division. So starting with open, moving into women's, and then into mix to finish us off, folks. You lucky folks. Kicking off, I believe, at 11:15 in the morning local time here in Wrocław, Poland. But for myself, Hannah Pendlebury, for Lou Burgess, for Milan van Bovenkamp, Chips for Nick on the Cam 1, and Chris somewhere on you. Well, if you want to get involved in our ULTI.TV coverage, you can do so in the following ways. You can join our crew if you fancy getting your hands dirty behind a camera, a microphone, what have you, or you can, our lovely viewers, and we are so proud to have over 500 patrons now supporting us on a regular basis here in Europe, keeping this coverage live, on demand, free to watch for all of your ultimate enjoyment. Join us tomorrow for finals day.
Just give me, give me a try. Give me a try. Give me a try. Just give me, give me a try. Give me a try. Give me a try. Just give me, I can't deny
Thank you.
Thanks.
Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, Ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Give me a try. Give me a try.